everyone, welcome. Hope you guys are okay. This is the first chill and chat from my new phone to YouTube, I believe. So that's cool. Hope everyone's well and enjoying their Easter time. It's been a good one so far. We've done a new film called Eggshells, which was really cool, and I've also done a film called Anniversary over the Easter holidays. That was really cool, and I've started working on Ballamoron 2, which is really cool as well. So had some good times there. Oh yes, yeah, it's been quite nice so far. It's been a really good Easter. Yeah, so lots of stuff's been happening and going on. Yes, indeed. And just come back from a family meal as well, which is nice. And got a bit of a family party tomorrow to look forward to as well, so that's always good. But yeah, it's been a good Easter. Went to see Minecraft, the movie, as well. That's an experience and a half. If you've not seen Steve's Lava Chicken and all that sort of stuff, and of course the chicken jockey incidents. Luckily, I was not involved in any chicken jockey incidents, but what I did do is eat lots of chocolate, which was very nice. Last night, stayed up and watched the whole of night one of WrestleMania. Hopefully, going to be able to do the same tonight, which is always good. I'm looking forward to night two of WrestleMania. I really enjoyed the first night of WrestleMania, actually. A lot of people have moaned about it here and there. I don't really understand the criticism. I thought it was a really good card and a really fun evening to watch. Yeah, Jey Uso as well, like win over Gunther, which was really cool. And the Tiffany versus Flair match was insane. Charlotte did her best, obviously, but Tiff re-won the championship, which was always cool. But I'll tell you what, that was a real hardcore match. Tiffany ended up with scratches all over her face, a broken tooth, and everything. So that was pretty nuts, actually. Yeah, so that was one of my favourites, really. And obviously, the main event with CM Punk, Seth, and Roman was mad. That was a really good match. What I did find was that they didn't really stipulate any sort of changes to the match. Like the way they were talking about it was just going to be a normal three-way match, but then they did sort of add in that there was different stipulations, and I think they should have done that well beforehand. I really do think that they should have added in the stipulations, like and advertise those, because it does add to the excitement to a match if you sort of say there's no count outs and things like that. I do think that's part of the charm when you start advertising all that sort of stuff. If there's no count outs and things like that, then it sort of adds to it, makes it feel a bit more special, really, and sort of makes people think that they're going to see something a bit different. So they should have added that into it, really, that there was no count outs and stuff, because obviously I've been waiting for someone to get whacked over the head with that massive oversized prime ball for about 2 months. So I'm very pleased that Roman used it as a weapon and stuff in the match. I thought that was cool. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good Easter and everything. Oh dear. Do I sound alright, love? Not sure if you can hear. But who knows? But yeah, no, that was one of my favourites. Been doing some bits and pieces. Like I said, Anniversary did well. We've done Eggshells, which is one of my favourite ones. That was a weird mix of comedy and drama and a bit of light-hearted cuteness, which was very cool. So that was fun to watch and do. But yeah, lots of stuff been going on the channel, which I've been very happy with. We've now started doing shorts a bit more on the vlog side of things, which is interesting. Change things up a bit because the vlogs weren't hitting where I wanted them to hit, and it's now interesting that the separate vlogs that aren't to do with tea and talk, or to do with, on the bench, or to do with paranormal investigators, those ones are finding much better home in the shorter sort of bit on the shorts algorithm, so that's great. Some of the vlogs that I've done recently have hit well over 1k views and stuff, and I would never have got that in long form vlogs content, no way in a million years recently. So the fact that converting some of the vlogs to shorts has actually done them really well, so that's good news. So change is as good as a rest on that front, definitely. So yeah, that's part of it, definitely, that the change up has done well on that one, on that sort of front, because like I was saying, the vlogs weren't doing as well as I wanted them to do. I was premiering them and people weren't turning up, which was a bit rubbish. So it's good now that putting them shorter and putting them out whenever seems to have done a lot better, because I'm catching number one, I'm catching the shorts algorithm, which is great, and number two, more eyes on the channel, which is what we all want, really. So that's great news, really, isn't it? So that's great news, because we're now able to fix some of the issues that were happening. Yeah. So, and also don't forget, like, obviously on the bench and stuff, when it happens, will be long form, landscape, and all that sort of stuff, like usual. So that's really good. I'm really pleased with how well the last on the bench happened and all that. I managed to get the lovely Nick Field involved once again, so please do check it out. Years ago, I did try and do a version of On the Bench for when Nick wasn't about, but it didn't really work. Hello, Tainted, how are you? Welcome. You alright, mate? Yes, how are you, Tainted? Happy Easter. Have you been watching WrestleMania this weekend, or you're not into wrestling? So, yeah. How are you, Tainted? You okay, buddy? Yes, I'm looking forward to working more on Ballamoran 2. That's definitely in the writing up phase. Oh, you saw your Easter film. What did you think of it? Tell me, because I'm very interested. Did you like it? What did you think of it? I'm very curious what you thought. So don't hold back. Let us know in the comments. You saw the Easter film. What did you think? Hello, indeed. Welcome, welcome. I thought it was sad, but it was good. It had a happy ending. Yes, yeah. There you go. There you go. It's something new that I've been trying to do, really, because obviously I've just been doing the comedy horror type stuff, or the comedy sci-fi. So it's nice to do something a bit more real that hits home to a lot of people, and I've been trying to do stuff like that for a while, so I'm pleased that I managed to do that. Yeah, I was going to do a conventional ending where he got back with his girlfriend or wife or whatever at the end, partner I should say. I was going to do a conventional ending like that, but I thought, you know what, no, that's not true realism, is it, that he would get back with her straight away? So, obviously I added in that perhaps the girlfriend would meet up with them in an alternate ending. I don't know if you saw the alternate endings, but yeah, I added in an alternate ending where his partner would go on holiday with the mum and dad and see how it went. So that was an interesting thought. And obviously I did the Silent Hill ending. Got to, right? But yeah, I liked the way it went. I thought it was a good one. You didn't understand how hiding eggs yourself would work, though. Well, it was a metaphor for loneliness. He obviously was planning to do an egg hunt with his partner and maybe loads of other of their friends, because the idea is that none of his former friends talk to him anymore. So the idea was now that he would do all that stuff on his own. So she's not about, none of his friends were about, but he wanted to still do the egg hunt. It's sort of a metaphor for loneliness, that he sort of wanted to do it on his own. No, not this time, not this time. But no,
Who's on the chat here?
Tainted's on the chat.
Oh, long time no see.
Yes. But yeah, no, don't forget, it wasn't about me. It's a character thing. It was a cinema it was a film. So it was a different character called Mike. Yeah. And it was separate from what we usually do. So yeah, we did. Me and Badger Jr. and Viking and everyone and LKP and Kraken Media did our own fantastic Easter egg hunt with everyone, yes. But obviously, Eggshells was a film about a metaphor for a man's loneliness and what they would do to combat loneliness and things like that. So yes, it was all about metaphors. That's the reason why he ended up doing the Easter egg hunt on his own. So he was lonely.
You're like, don't take them away. That's my talking point.
You got to pop those upstairs, dear.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yes.
dun, dun.
Vikings finally got the last one in the collection for now.
And then I start a new collection.
Yes, and I picked up 2 wrestling figures at the weekend at the boot sale, didn't I? Are you going to pop those upstairs in a bit then?
Yes, dear.
Oh,
Yes, dear.
oh.
Oh, do as I'm told.
Vest it. Yes, dear.
I better do as I'm told.
Oh my goodness me. Yeah, so we had a real life Easter egg hunt with everyone. That was fun. But yeah, no, that scene was just for the film. Yeah, that was just for the film, and it was a metaphor about one man's loneliness, about what he would do to try and combat the boredom. So yeah. Perhaps it will become a bit more clear. There is another room. I did do a director's cut, and that'll be out tomorrow night. So that will sort of make it. Yeah, I'm going to make a proper thumbnail soon, though, for everyone moans.
Is everyone moaning about your oven?
Oh, dear. I'm going to make a proper thumbnail for it ready soon, though. Don't you worry. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. You saw the director's cut of Knock Knock? Yes, the lovely Dan Badger said they saw it as well. What did you think? I'm going to make another Knock Knock soon because I've been asked to clarify the storyline a bit and create a sequel. So Knock Knock 2 will be out in a few months. I just need to obviously make sure the story's all written up and things like that. Because I want to make sure there's an actual bit of substance towards that now. People have asked me to create a fuller film, like a 20-minute, half an hour film on it. So I will be doing that. You didn't understand the beginning? Okay. Well, basically, the beginning is his therapist talking about the mad ravings of the killer. The narration at the beginning and then it cuts out and starts again. Yes, that's literally just a tiny narration about the killer and what he's, with his therapist. But that's what we're going to expand upon in the future. And don't forget, it's like an Italian horror, so it's very obscure, very artsy, very bizarre. Not all of it's meant to make sense. But yeah, I love all these questions because it helps me figure out what to do next and how to do it. So yeah, thank you, Tainted. I like the fact that you're, telling me little bits and pieces about other things. So it's good. It's good. Good soup. Yeah, it's the killer and his therapist talking. So yeah. Yeah, it's the killer and his therapist talking at the beginning, yeah. So yeah. I should have made that clearer, shouldn't I? Sorry. But yeah, it's the killer and the therapist talking at the beginning. And Idris got killed. Yes. But not for long, because obviously I'm going to need him to play another part in it at somewhere. Yes, Idris got killed.
Hope not.
No.
Should we get Jeff cancelled?
No, let's not.
No.
Who's talking?
Tainted Octopus.
Oh. Gone off octopus.
Gone off Octopus. It was just a still image when they were talking to the therapist. I think, yes. Like I said, it was something different for us to do. It was unusual. I've never really done a straight horror film before, either. So it was something different. So there's always going to be bits and pieces in there that aren't quite perfect. But yeah, don't you worry. I have a plan. No, the killer's not blind, no. But that is an interesting. I like that idea, though. Maybe that's a. Where did, tell me